for research purposes.
Right.
And that's the way it worked. And there were 40 acres off yonder here, and 120 acres here, between halfway from here to the road this way, that were privately owned. We just had to wait them out. And then they sold to us for a whatever price. They didn't try to hold us up. We would just let them sit. We didn't have any money to pay $1,000 an acre for anything.
And then you fenced them in.
Yeah, we fenced them in, but we had to give them access.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the 120 was on the road. The 40, I'm not just sure what happened, but we didn't have any trouble. They went wherever they wanted to through the property, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's almost so much when you were earlier mentioned about fencing. You wasn't so much fencing something in as you could have been fencing something out.
No, we were fencing out. Yeah.
Right.
We were, and ours in, of course. After a while, these ragtag cattle, we just added to them. There was a time when we had 1,500 head of all age and size cattle on the station. At one time, and then they'd be sold. And we recovered in those first 40 years, we recovered even a lot of money, a lot of money. I have no idea. That wasn't my business.
Okay. You mean by money? You mean in the sale of the
sale of beef. Likes Brothers bought a lot of our cattle straight from here to Likes Brothers in Tampa, and then they paid us.
That's right.
I think they paid us on a slaughter basis. Knowing Dr. Kirk, I know they did.
Probably.
Yeah, yeah.
So did you have any one-on-one relationships with cattle industry people, like actual ranchers?
Me, hardly. No. The county agents did that.
Okay, so they were like your evangelists. If you want
Yeah,
to that.
but they came here. We talked to them.
Right.
They came to our field days, and then we talked to them. We had a program. We talked every time they met.
So you were like the speakers at those events.
Yeah.
And saying,
yeah.
we've been doing this research on.
Oh
such
yeah.
and such.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yeah, that was right.
When you said you had 700 people, that's quite a few people.
That was too. We couldn't handle it. Never were that many again.
You must have been getting out some really good information that year.
They were. I don't even know when it was.
Right.
But around 1960 somewhere, we were going strong. Everything was in good order, and that's the way it was.
And I'm sure you can remember the transition from during Dr. E.T. York's transition.
Not much.
Okay.
No, we didn't have anything to do with the president of the university, for crying out loud.
Well,
No.
I mean, his thing was he
No.
incorporated the research and the extension and
Yeah,
everything
but
together. It didn't affect you guys.
At our level, it didn't affect me much. It may have affected Dr. Chapman or one another, but it didn't affect me. The base level doesn't have much contact with the upper level.
Well, are there anything else that we might have not talked about that you may want to talk about here? You got anything, Margaret?
Well, for me, it was a rewarding profession. It wasn't, I didn't know what I was getting into, let's put it that way. I came here, I didn't know I was going to be into fertilizer and one thing and another until I came and looked. I saw the place and took it anyway.
So you had the option to opt out.
I didn't have to come here. I had to have a job though, and I had a family.
And you had a choice between Ona or Quincy.
Oh yes, I could have gone to Quincy, but it just didn't suit me. No hard feelings, but it didn't suit me. A man named Baker took the job.
Up in Quincy.
I knew him.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Did Dad mention Kathy, my other sister?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
When he mentioned you by name.
Okay.
Yes. And then he said, and is it Lucy or he said Lucinda? Is that all right?
Lucinda, yeah. She's named for her great grandmother. Her great grandmother was Lucinda. We met a lady from Brazil somewhere, and she said, "Where did you get that name?" She thought it was a Hispanic name. No. It's been in the States a long while.
I think one of the things that Dad's really enjoyed for himself and for he and Mona as well.
After you left your tenure here, what
Yeah.
did you do afterwards? You and your
Well,
wife?
we went to Africa for 2 years and lived there, and I worked and set up a grazing trial just like a good one here, better than any I ever set up here, and left it for Dick Gray to conduct and finish up. And I came home. I didn't want to be, I had no ambition to be an African. I wanted to still be in Florida. So I did 2 years and we came home.
But let's talk a little. We have to talk about your wife, Ruth. Tell us a little bit about how y'all met.
Oh, my soul. We met in college, at the Ag College, the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. She started 2 years after I did, so I was a junior when she was a freshman. We got acquainted somewhere, somehow, probably in the church, but she had more boyfriends than you could stick a stick at. So, and I didn't have a car. A car was, a boy with a car then is just like a person today who needs a job but doesn't have a car. Can't get there. Anyway, so we were acquainted for all these years, and my story, this is God's truth. I was already set up to, almost set up to go to New Jersey for school, and she and I had been somewhere, and we were walking from the college to her boarding place, and she put her arm around me, and I put my arm around her, and that was it.
I think it's called testosterone.
That was it. We say, hey, oh no, come on. Well, I'm not going to. Anything more is my privilege, not yours.
What was the story? I saw a little bit of on the little article
Yeah.
about something where she couldn't say that she was engaged. What was that
Oh
story?
well, yeah. Where she got a teaching job, teaching in high school. I want to tell you, out in the Nebraska Sandhills, than which there is none whicher, and she wanted to know whether she was any good or not, whether they would rehire her the next year, and they wouldn't rehire her if she was engaged. So she had to keep my engagement ring in her pocket until after the school board met at the end of the year, which would have been the 1st of June, and they offered to rehire, and she said, "Sorry, boys, I'm getting married." But meanwhile, I worried a little.
So back then you could not be married and be a teacher.
That's right. Oh yeah, they
my
wouldn't. They wouldn't. No. Here,
Oh my
wouldn't-
goodness.
I wouldn't. Here. So anyway, we had a wonderful time together, and
Grassland Conference.
Yeah, Grassland Conference. Tell us about that.
well, this was one of the good things about in forage agriculture. There's a worldwide system for exchange of information. So they met every 4 years. Well, for a long while I couldn't afford to because it did cost money. But after a while things went around and I got a little help. I went to Brazil, went to Australia, went to Penn State, USA. And so it encouraged our travel a little bit.
So you both like to travel.
Oh yes, we like to travel, and I think it kind of affected the family a little.
And tell us, how long were you married?
We were married 70 years and 4 months.
My goodness,
September, October, November. Yeah, 70 years and 4 months.
70 years.
Yep. She went in for essentially emergency surgery. Came out of the surgery. Didn't make it to the recovery room.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, we've been given a lot.
Yeah, 70 years.
Yeah.